Hi everyone, welcome to a Transformers toy review. Today we're looking at a couple of figures from the Transformers Super7 reaction line. This is Soundwave and Starscream. They're from wave 1 of the Super7 reaction line, and basically they're a bit like your kind of action masters. The idea behind these, if you haven't seen them before, is it's supposed to be kind of like if Kenner had taken over the Transformers license and done them in the style of kind of Star Wars figures with those kind of limited points of articulation, and they've done them for Turtles and all sorts. You can see all the figures in wave 1. You've got Jazz, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Megatron, Soundwave and Starscream. So 3 on each side, what we'd call the kind of some of the main 6 that they normally do in waves. The artwork is really nice on the front here. There's a very kind of G1 kind of cartoon kind of vibe to that picture. And this silver around here is kind of almost like embossed, kind of a glossy feel to it that kind of pops out. None of them seem to have got the holes punched on these, age 14 and up. So it does say adult collectible, not toy. So if you were to looking to kind of keep this as is, you probably could do. And it came, in pretty good shape actually. I got these as a gift. Very kindly off my best friend Paul, which is very nice for my birthday. And you can though get them from Zavvi. I think they're about £15, something along those lines. So that's Starscream. Just give you a closer look of him in the packaging there on the back. And then you get Soundwave here as well. And here's card just to take a look. And the same on the back, nothing different. What we'll do is we'll take a look at them. I was tempted to keep these on the card, but I, do want to take a look at them. And once I've got a couple now, I'm tempted to get more. They've got loads of them. And what I do like about this is, I did like the Action Master figures, but with these, they've kind of gone further and, introduced figures like Skyfire and people like that. So it's quite a wide range of different figures. I would have liked it if they'd done something where you could pop these off the shell and then be able to kind of pop them back in, or do something where you're able to sort of take them out and play with them and then put them back on display. Somewhere you could seal this back up again. Unfortunately, you can't really. I mean, you can pop it back like that if you want to, but yeah, that's probably as good as you're going to get it. So here he is in his little thing. So just take him out. He comes with a little accessory, which is Megatron's gun, which is kind of sellotaped underneath, it looks like. So that's quite a nice little touch. So I'll just grab the little gun out, and it's really quite small, quite diddy. See if we get that all focus. And it is painted, which is quite nice. It's fairly sturdy, yeah. And looking at the figure himself, yes, Starscream looks pretty good. The plastic quality feels quite nice. There's quite a few like paint apps. The yellow on here is a little bit sketchy in places. But other than that, it's pretty good. I think they've done a really good job with the head sculpt, and the lines down here as well, little null rays. So you have to be careful those, because it's not a softer plastic. It is a little bit, but you can feel like you could snap these. A solid fist here, and then an open hand where you can, looks like you can just pop in the gun. Obviously with these, there's no need for any instructions or anything else like that. You just pop the gun in his hand like so, if I can. And then you just got to straighten up his arm like that. And then your eyes kind of holding that in his hands. And the points of articulation, same as the Star Wars figures. You've got the arms up and down like that. I don't know. Can you turn the head? I'm I'm not sure if you can actually turn the head or not. It doesn't feel like it. And the legs go up and down like that. You know, and the colours are spot on actually, in terms of, you know, the cartoon look, that kind of lighter blue and the kind of grey and the red. It's all very nice. Yeah, you're not going to get, you know, amazing poses out of this guy, but you know, that's the thing. I mean, you can kind of get a bit of a, I guess, like a walking pose if you wanted to, kind of. Yeah, I think you're better off just having them like that, to be fair. But I am pleased with them actually. I wasn't sure when they're sort of in there in the box. When you get them out, it does kind of bring them to life a little bit more, in my opinion. I'm quite pleased with this first one. I'm going to take out Soundwave now and see if we can see what he looks like as well. The detail on him doesn't look quite as great, in my opinion. You know, it looks really sort of like... So, but we'll take a look at him, see what he looks like. I don't think this one's going to be quite as good just from sort of looking at him, but you know, sometimes it's different when you kind of get them in hand. So just pop them out here a little bit, and again I've managed to sort of like pop it out on one side and then see if we can just pull him out of here. So again, kind of pull him out to not to damage that bit too much. Just pop him out of here. Again, he's got a gun, which is a nice little accessory. You can just pop it out here. Unfortunately, this one looks as if it's kind of been bent a little bit. So it looks a little bit wonky. You can kind of bend it back into place. Doesn't seem to be caused too much of an issue. There are paint apps on this one, so it's got some red paint around the side and silver on here. Don't know if this opens up to do anything. No, it doesn't look as if it does. Then looking at the figure here, yeah, it's quite a dullish sort of grey on here. I would have liked to see maybe these legs done white, maybe. The head does move around, but I don't think they've done such a good job on the head sculpt as they did on Starscream. The plastic quality feels pretty good. That's not a problem, and he looks all right. I think the head sculpt just throws it for me in, and this big old gap in his legs here, that looks really weird. I know they've got it so his leg can go all the way up there, and there's like pegs at the bottom. But yeah, it just looks a little bit weird. It is on Starscream as well. I've not really noticed it as much. But with Soundwave, because his legs are so close together, it just looks that much worse. And it's quite a big... It looks a lot worse on Soundwave, I think, anyway. It's the same articulation though. The head can move on this one, which it doesn't seem to on Starscream. And again, it's kind of, the hands are sculpted differently. So you've got one which is clenched like a fist, another one which he can put his blaster in. So I quite like that. You got him here. And you know, he's not a bad looking figure. It looks as if this moves around as well. It's just not quite as good as the Starscream one. But, you know, if you're a fan of Soundwave, I think it's worth picking up. They're not too expensive or anything. Be interesting to see how the Transformers Red figures do. And if you want a bit of a comparison as well, I do have the Action Master toys here. And you see how they kind of size up next to them. See, with the Action Masters, although they did have more articulation, like the knees belt and everything else like that, looking at them, you know, the heads are quite big and kind of out of proportion compared to these ones here. So that's with Starscream. And then Soundwave, this one's legs have gone a little bit wonky. But yeah, I think they'd been better off going for something a bit more like that. whereas they've tried to go very much in line with the cartoon, but it's made them look, because they haven't got the level of detail on the face, it just looks a little bit off in my opinion. So I kind of prefer this one for that. Reminds me I need to do those, but yeah, around kind of £15 a pop. I think they're worth picking up, and you know, with Christmas coming up, I think they'd be, you know, really good kind of stocking fillers for you know, Transformers fans. If people want to go ahead and, you know, get those as little presents, I think they work out really well. You know, hint hint, if anyone's out to get me some Christmas presents, I think I'll stick a few of these on my Christmas list and start building a bit of a collection. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.